Cycling and walking are excellent forms of exercise, both of which generate significant health benefits. Choosing which one is best for commuting may come down to which is the most enjoyable. The more pleasure derived from an activity should see participation increase. This should be a consideration before looking at cost, new kit, and technology. We don't recommend cycling or walking as the only way of preventing or controlling any physical or mental health conditions, however. A GP or medical practitioner should be consulted to answer any concerns before starting a program of active travel. So let's look at cycling versus walking. We're starting from a strong base as both activities are beneficial. However, there are some essential differences which will influence the satisfaction gained from taking part in them. They use different muscles, they need different safety considerations, and one exercise bears the weight of the body while the other doesn't. Add to these the speed of development or improvements towards goals, and the choices widen. Almost none of these factors are barriers to entry, however. First, let's look at calories. Commuting by bicycle should burn more calories than walking. An insightful report by Harvard Health Publishing neatly summarizes the calorie count of a huge range of 30-minute activities for persons across 3 different weights. Be aware that cycling and walking influence the calories going into the body in different ways, via the amount eaten and fluid taken before, during, and after the activity. In terms of weight loss, the body works differently to lose weight through cycling than through walking. Both are effective for weight loss, but walking, given that it is one of the first physical activities we learn, is natural and requires no training or practice. Therefore, it might be easier to be motivated to walk, although it would take longer to lose the same amount of weight than when cycling, especially if this is measured in kilos rather than pounds. Most studies recommend consistency of exercise to stimulate weight loss and to keep it off. Cycling is a bit more intense than walking, and it takes a little bit more time and effort to acclimatise. Choose the activity that works best for you. Do both if each are comfortable. Cycling versus walking for blood pressure is all about routine, routine, routine. Regular activity is an effective way to help prevent high blood pressure or hypertension. Both walking and cycling as a form of commuting are convenient sources of routine activity, as they require less dedicated time. If you have to commute for work or study, the activity you choose is simply substituting the time set on public transport or in a vehicle. Brisk walking is preferable over slow walking to reduce blood pressure. Be aware that urban cycling could be considered more stressful than walking, and stress contributes to blood pressure levels. Now let's look at heart health and cardio. Walking or cycling to work is suggestive of a link to fewer heart attacks. A University of Leeds study showed that for women who walked to work in 2011, there was a 1.7% reduction in heart attacks in the following 2 years. The same results were true of men who cycled to work in the same year. The data came from the 2011 UK census, which showed that amongst commuters engaging in active travel, walking was more popular than cycling. Both walking and cycling will raise the resting heart rate, and there's much to be said about exercising to the point where it's hard to maintain a conversation. For people sedentary at a desk sandwiched in between their commute, then walking and cycling are vital for reducing the risk of cardiovascular diseases. We return once more to the intensity of the activity. Choosing something that doesn't raise the heart rate too high too quickly is vitally important. Both cycling and walking are great for this. But what if your heart is strong? You can handle the cardio, but you have knee pain. So far, we've confirmed that both cycling and walking offer health benefits to control or prevent certain conditions. For knee pain, we can begin to prise open a key difference. Walking bears the body's weight, and cycling does not. There's little to no impact on the knees when cycling, apart from when riding on very chattery road surfaces. If the bicycle is set up correctly, pedal strokes will be smooth and take pressure off the knees. Most bicycle shops can help with this. The saddle height will be the biggest influence here. The pedaling motion is a great way for the body to lubricate the joints in the legs too. When walking, the body weight passes through the knees. Brisk walks around the block will help build and maintain the muscles around that area. Now let's take a quick look at diabetes. The World Health Organization said in 2018 that any physical activity reduces the risk of diabetes. Studies they cite have shown that active commuting is associated with a 30% decrease in type 2 diabetes risk. Harvard Health Publishing says that bicycling is considered superior to walking for weight control and other obesity-related health outcomes such as diabetes. So now, let's answer the question: is cycling better than walking? Studies suggest that in controlled conditions, cycling is at least equal to walking, but the commutes and the streets of our cities are not laboratories. Both activities are proven to deliver better health and should enhance well-being. Let personal preference and enjoyment hold sway. The good news is that health authorities across the globe recognise the importance of increasing active travel, and that promoting walking and cycling are moving up the agenda in your neighbourhood. The WHO offers this support to governments and planners to help them predict how citizens' health will improve through more active travel. So overall, whether you choose cycling or walking, you'll be doing your health and well-being a huge favour. For more videos like this, consider subscribing, and thank you for watching.